Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Trails in the Sky reaction. I was not honestly expecting to see more of these, but Thracian and my executive producers wanted me to hear these. So this is Silver Will followed by Hamel. I was told by Thracian that Silver Will is before we learn the backstories of one of the characters, and Hamel will be after that. So they should be, I assume, fairly similar, but with a different emotional pressure. But I really won't know if I don't listen. So without further ado, let's go! I don't know how much emotional pressure will be put on, you know? So far, this just kind of sounds like a normal, like, battle theme for this game. I do love the qualities of this soundtrack. I think it's just the way that they use, like, this kind of, like, watery synth in the background. Very of the times when it was released. But also adds a good, identifiable quality to it. I also am going to listen to these back to back without a talking break between, just because I want to really hear if there is a difference or like what they do. And I'm just kind of jamming out to it. I mean, oh. I'm hearing a looping section. Ooh. Is that a slight key change there? And back down. Yep. Interesting choice. I assume it'll be looping here. Yeah, I'm hearing it fade out. Okay. I'm honestly very surprised that it had like a key change, like a bump up, and then just went right back down. Usually that sort of a transition would be right before they change songs, but it's kind of interesting that they had it and then they brought it back before the loop. So, Well, that is different. That is very different. Holy, that is different. This tracks after you would learn a backstory of a character. This is honestly exactly what I was expecting. But I love it when games do this, when they use the motif against you. How dare you, game? How dare you? I wonder if there's going to be like a new section. There usually is when they do this. It's all doing the same melody. Obviously very different in the feels. Blending it together now. I know I'm just sitting here quiet with it, but I think that's what it wants, you know? That's what this song demands from you, is to reflect. I asked Thracian before getting to this recording which one came first in the order, and he did say I could technically listen to it both ways. But if I had listened to it the other way, I would have been like, oh, this is a tragic character, now they're fighting us. And to me, that's more of like a mental break situation. And since I'm hearing it in this direction, it's the other way around, where there's like the aggression attached to it, there's a battle happening, but now there's humility and understanding, there's empathy there. And it's similar, which Thracian said I could listen to it both ways and I would still kind of get the same feeling. But it's like two sides of the same coin. I would have felt it in reverse, and that in return would have made me feel the character differently. I would have gotten a different idea of who they are because I don't know who the character is specifically. So that's the difference for me, and I like what they did. I mean, this isn't something super new in games like this, but it is definitely something I appreciate. When games take music like this and they break it down into an emotional piece, I love hearing how the composers literally break down the song. For the first one, you have all of that energy going, everything is faster, the synths are present, there's just more energy to it, and everything is more grand. And then when you get to that emotional moment, you're just like, okay, well, let's replace every single thing in that song with an instrument that more closely relates to the heart and nostalgia and feelings of understanding and calmness compared to delusion of grandeur. And that's definitely more something that can be associated with synths and that higher energy stuff. It's not exclusive to it, but it's definitely more common. So for this to just break down with a music box of sorts, where I suppose it's more of like a glockenspiel sound, and then like you'd have the guitar in there and the strings, stuff that is just warmer and more full and resonates literally. The mental trickery that goes on in the sound design for that sort of thing. The stuff, again, that we associate with things that are calmer and more collected compared to what we're actually getting out of this. And then you just have something else, right? In the first song, you have all of this energy just being flung at you. It's bombarding you. It's so much. And you don't know entirely how to take it other than what it is. There's an attack. There's something happening. It doesn't necessarily have to be a battle, but in this case it is. And you just don't really have the time to process it. Everything is moving so quickly. So when you do have the time to process it, everything being replaced with an instrument that is designed by our brains to be felt as more of a resonating sensation in general, it just feels this way. You just end up feeling some kind of way. That's why I ended up getting so quiet with it, because the song was demanding that out of me. Even though I don't know the backstory of this character, I don't know what happened, why they act this way, why you were fighting them to begin with. It doesn't really matter as long as I have the context of the first one came first, and then you understand. That's why I was saying at the end of the reaction that I'm glad I learned it in the proper way instead of hearing it in reverse, because that would have given me a completely different perspective of the character, and that wouldn't have been what the songs were asking of me. Because I would have 100%, if I heard it in reverse, heard the soft one and gone, oh, this person's been through a lot. That's a shame. And then all of a sudden they're just like, you know what? And because I was abused as a child, I'm going to murder you. And it's like, damn, bro, maybe chill. Like, I get it, but also fuck off. And in this case, it's more like they attacked you and you don't know why. It's like a raging child before you're able to calm them down and ask them why they're so angry. And it's a completely different perspective. For one, it's somebody lashing out and then you figuring out why. And the other, it's you knowing this person very well, seemingly up to that point, and then suddenly it seems like it comes out of nowhere that they lash out. You might feel it in a similar way, but it feels more like a betrayal than this, which feels more like an understanding. So that is a completely different approach, and I love what they did with it. Also, there was a part in this that felt like the old X-Men TV show theme song, which I don't know if anyone else heard that, but the do-do-do-do-do, that's like the first passage of that original theme song. That might just be me. I'm unk as shit. I don't know the average age of people watching this video and getting this far in it, but if you know that theme song, you probably hear it now, and I'm sorry that I brought that to you, but it's a really good theme. I do love the qualities of this soundtrack that I've heard so far. It hasn't been many, but there's, just like I kind of mentioned in the first song, there's aspects to the designs that they chose that are so of the times for this soundtrack that I'm like, ooh, it's almost like a utopian sort of sensation like we got out of the kind of late 90s, early 2000s feeling. Like there was design aspects that were going towards that feeling, and these games that came out in a similar window kind of borrowed from that and utilized it in their soundtracks. It's just really neat. A lot of like Kingdom Hearts stuff, the original, had some of that in there too. So here we are with just a really good soundtrack in general, and again, glad I heard it in the proper order. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to something else from this series, by all means drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if like Thracian did, you want to guarantee something out of me, you can always go to my Patreon, and if there's the tier open for it, you can guarantee something that way. It doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, that doesn't matter. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!